and welcome to Activity Quest, the podcast that's packed with stuff to do. In this week's episode, Adam goes behind the scenes at the National Museum of Computing at Bletchley Park, known for its World War II code breaking. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Bex, and apologies for the slightly croaky throat this week. Anyway, every week we go up and down the country on the quest for something epic, and this week Adam is off to a former top-secret UK military base. It's called Bletchley Park, it's near Milton Keynes, and he's heading inside the National Museum of Computing.
My name's Frank. I am a bomb operator and demonstrator, and I take people through the Enigma, which is the German machine, and the British bomb, which was the machine that broke it.
And when we say bomb, we're not talking kind of bang bomb.
So the machine is called a bomb in deference to the Polish people who helped Alan Turing when he was designing the machine. Some of the work they'd done on a previous machine, which was called a bomber. And because it was so useful to him, he wanted to keep the name going, so he called it a bomb, just changed the A to an E. And it was a good code word as well for in the war, because everybody talked about bombs. So if someone overheard you, they wouldn't think you're breaking encrypted messages. They think you're talking about something that falls from the sky and goes bang. It is loud.
It is loud. I'm looking forward to how loud it is.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What the machine's doing, it's rotating all 12, because you need 12 pairs. It's rotating all 12 virtual enigmas, and it's looking for a position where all of them line up. So their plain letter becomes their cipher letter simultaneously. When it does, it stops, and then it gives you information about what the original Enigma setting had to be. So it will stop automatically in just a moment. Once it's stopped, the information on the side of the machine is what the Wrens who ran the machine would use to work through the next step, which is using another machine called the checking machine. Once they've done all of that, all of the information is given to the mathematicians, and they go away and they calculate all of the remaining unknowns. And on a good day, as I said, about 8 o'clock in the morning, they know the key of the day.
And so this at play during World War II, and then right here in Bletchley Park, we had a team of scientists and experts trying to essentially crack what turns these letters into the gobbledygook so that we can intercept their messages and figure out basically what's going on.
Indeed. And the whole thing, the security of this system is the way you arrange the removable parts. And so the number of ways you can set the removable parts, if it's very large, means that even if you've got the ciphertext, the gobbledygook, and you've got a machine, you've got to try every one of those settings before you can find the one setting that was used at the sending end. Okay, so the military version of the machine is they added another complexity to it to give it more settings of what is called the key of the day, because it changes every day. So to read that message, you need to know the one setting that was used out of the total possible ways you can set the key of the day. Okay, and on the military version, you can set it to 159 million trillion possible settings. To size that for you, so it means something, it's nearly the same as the number of seconds in the lifetime of the universe. The number of seconds since the Big Bang. So it's a very, very big number. So that when this machine was analysed by the Allied cryptologists, they told Churchill it's unbreakable. There is no way you're going to find one setting out of that huge number in any useful timescale.
So my name is Storm Ray. I am the Head of Learning and Development here at the National Museum of Computing. I am also a student at Edinburgh University studying digital education for my Masters. The National Museum of Computing houses the largest collection of working historic computing machines in the world. We are situated at Bletchley Park, which is the birthplace of computing. We are home to the only working reconstruction of what is arguably the first computer, Colossus. It took 12 years to build. I know. It is the only working version in the entire world. We have a couple of unique machines in our collection, and we specifically use them to teach about current technology and building digital literacy through interaction with historic machines. So most people don't realize that the Enigma machine was only used for low-level German intelligence, things like the weather forecast and supply lines. The super secret strategic information was encrypted using a far more complex machine called the Lorenz. Now, the Lorenz can generate 10 to the power of 170 different possible combinations. If you were going through all of those by hand, it would, when you started at the Big Bang, you would still be going now and you would be barely halfway through. Colossus finds the settings of the Lorenz machine so that we can read those intercepted messages. Colossus is the first computer ever built. It is housed at the National Museum of Computing because this is the building that it would have been housed in World War II. We are in the first purpose-built computer centre. We were built specifically to house this machine. We housed 8 by the end of World War II, and our machine stands exactly where one of the originals stood at that time.
So what they did was they brought 200 mathematicians here from Oxford and Cambridge University, the best available. They all made a contribution, but the two key names for us are Alan Turing and Gordon Welshman. And these two really led the battle. But what the mathematicians did, they came up with a way of breaking into the machine called a probable phrase attack. What they'd realised is if you could guess a piece of plain German that the Enigma had turned into that string of gobbledygook, you can relate the two and you can say what setting of the machine turned my plain piece of German into that gobbledygook. And that's what the machine does. And the machine does it by taking the gobbledygook, lining it up with your plain phrase, or we call it a crib, and it's a plain word. So you line up plain letter with cipher letter, each letter in pairs. You load it onto the bomb, and then you run the bomb through every possible start position, 17,500 start positions. And if it all lines up, the machine stops and tells you enough information for you to find the key of the day.
Team announcement. Could Frank please come to the main entrance? That's Frank to the main entrance. Thank you.
Find out more by searching for National Museum of Computing. All right, that's all we've got for you today. I'm Bex. This has been a podcast from the UK's children's radio station, Fun Kids. Listen to me on your DAB digital radio, online, on the free Fun Kids mobile app, and on your smart speaker. Just say, play Fun Kids every weekday from 4 p.m. See you soon.